Steven was waiting to turn left at a red light when he watched another driver run their red light, T-boning a car and pushing it into Steven's Trailblazer. The car that was T-boned was being driven by an elderly gentleman and he sustained moderate injuries. Neither Steven nor the woman who had run the red light were hurt. All three vehicles were heavily damaged, but Steven is still waiting on repairs and doesn't know how much the final bill will be. This is just another reminder of why you should always stop at a red light, even if it has only been red for a second. This submitter was driving his BMW down a road in Lebanon when he looked down to reach for his phone that had fallen under his seat. Watch what happened while his eyes were off the road. Abed freely admits this was his fault, and he chose not to make an insurance claim since he knew they wouldn't help him. He changed his tire before driving to a garage to have the rest of the car fixed. He's thankful he wasn't injured, especially considering that going off the right side of the road into a valley would have been much worse. Watch what happened while Brian was driving along, minding his own business. A Mercedes driver, who clearly owns the road, threaded the needle between Brian's SUV and another before speeding off. They didn't stop there, though. When they got up to the next group of cars, they pulled the same stunt. What a class act. Hey, at least they know how to use their turn signals. Sort of. Mauricio was driving late at night when he watched a pickup driver sideswipe an SUV. At first, both vehicles started to pull over, but when the SUV driver turned into a parking lot, the pickup sped off into the night. Mauricio stopped his music and read the pickup truck's license plate number out loud.
HXV145.
He then went back and gave the SUV driver a copy of his dashcam footage. He never heard anything back, but my own digging found that plate number belongs to a 2001 Mazda Tribute, which is definitely not a pickup truck. AJ was driving in New York when he watched another driver pull way out into an intersection on a red light. The driver quickly realized their mistake and reversed out of the intersection, but I guess they still felt like blocking the crosswalk. This emitter was headed out on a work errand when, all of a sudden, a school child ran into the road in front of his pickup truck. He's thankful that his ABS allowed him to slow down safely. I bet the kid is happy about it too. Aaron was driving his Jeep Wrangler down a Texas highway when he noticed something coming off a trailer he was passing. Little did he know, it was actually the lug nuts coming loose and flying at his car, and it was about to get a whole lot worse. With nothing holding it on, a tire flew off the trailer and straight toward Aaron's Jeep. He managed to avoid a head-on hit, but the tire still smashed into his door, and his evasive maneuver put him in the grass. The other driver didn't want his insurance premiums to go up, so he paid Aaron out of his own pocket to repair both passenger side doors and replace a custom wrap. The total cost of repairs was just shy of $4,000 US. Kenneth was headed home with his wife in their ID4 after doing some shopping. Suddenly, 3 speeders went flying past them. One of them even went up on the shoulder to pass traffic. Where's the fire, guys? Here's another clip from AJ. This time, a Honda driver thought it would be a good idea to cut all the way across the road to make their turn right in front of AJ. Why am I not surprised? Chris was driving past a problem intersection when he watched a pickup run a stop sign. Chris returned and gave a copy of his dashcam video to the victim. There were no serious injuries, but the impact took a front wheel off the other truck. Raymond was driving south on the I-5 bridge when some guy on the side of the road threw what he thinks were rocks at his Cadillac. Raymond made a police report, and the local news even ran a story about the incident, but the guy was never found. Daniel was exiting a California highway when a BMW driver tried to cut him off across the gore point. Then she honked at him as if he'd done something wrong by not letting her in. The worst part is that she didn't even use her turn signal. I thought BMW drivers are the best on the road. Toby was headed home from work when he watched a pickup entering the highway spin out and crash into another vehicle. The truck lost control on the wet road surface, spinning into a Hyundai SUV before finally stopping. Everyone was okay, and a cop on the other side of the highway watched it happen and stopped to help right away. Michael watched a Jeep driver fake a right turn to skip through a red light. Unfortunately, there was no cop around to deal with this situation. By the way, if you are going to make a right on red, you still have to completely stop at the red light first. Jesse was heading into downtown Boise when he watched another driver lose control going into a curve in the highway.
Whoa!
Jesse wasn't sure if the driver would regain control or not and dodged to the right just in case. Wham bam, good thinking, man. This submitter was on his way to his vacation home when he watched a driver turn across traffic without checking that the way was clear. Our submitter gave a copy of his footage to the other driver. Fortunately, everybody was okay. Ryan's wife was headed to work when she ended up in a turn lane behind a Tesla. Uh-oh. Roll the new jingle.
That Tesla man can't drive. That Tesla man can't drive. That Tesla man can't drive. That Tesla man can't drive.
That's right, we've got another Tesla behaving badly. I guess they figured out what the crosswalk is actually for when they saw someone walking across it, but they failed to keep an eye on the rearview camera while backing up. Fortunately, Ryan said they didn't find any damage to their vehicle, and he wanted to shout out his wife Tiffany for surviving the Teslas out in the wild. This submitter was leaving work when a coworker pulled in front of him without looking. After getting home, the coworker called our submitter and apologized, and they laughed it off. Philip was headed to work on a Monday morning when he saw a Honda wandering all over the road. Then he noticed a Tesla driving in the other lane. Of course, we all know that Hondas and Teslas don't mix, but at first, everything seemed to be going okay. Then, several minutes later, our worst fears were realized. Honda bump. You know, anytime we release an episode without a Honda bump, it just doesn't feel complete. Philip gave the Tesla driver a copy of his dashcam footage, which she appreciated since she didn't have her Tesla cam set up. Braden made another sighting of the Ghostbusters, this time driving a Kia Soul. Who you gonna call? Do you have a dashcam video that you want to share with us? Please send the video together with a description of what happened using the link in the description below. You know, why is it always the white Model 3s?